I found myself walking in the middle of winter with my son in hand, a toddler dragging her along. We finally get to the bus stop and the bus drives right by me. Sees me, I'm waving him down and he drives right by me. And I remember just crying and realizing I need to make it to this appointment. I cannot miss an appointment.
We have people that their only alternative is to take public transportation, and that sometimes involves standing out waiting for a bus in the cold and having to take that bus to somewhere else to transfer to another bus.
So his therapist one day saw me drenched and shaking and crying and cold and have 2 kids, and so she was like, well, Davies Project, they help families like yours.
We realized that we were going to be making 3 to 4 visits a week to Sparrow Hospital.
Our volunteer drivers are the most important part of this agency, and they're the backbone, actually. Without them, we cannot function and be able to help out people as we would like to.
You have a child that needs to be to a doctor, you have to help. You're part of the community, you have to help. We are all here to help each other.
The Davies Project had told me, everything's going to be fine. We will schedule you for all of your appointments. You will not miss one.
They always come in with their cars are always perfectly clean. They're always on time. They always get us to our appointments on time.
Davies Project gave me hope of being a better parent. They gave me hope in realizing that other people do care.
Families always experience a lot of stress in their day-to-day lives. And then when you have a family that doesn't have reliable transportation, and on top of that has a child that has serious medical needs, and they don't have that reliable way of getting to that appointment, it's an incredible stress on families.
They give us the chance to help them too, because for us it's good too. It makes you feel good to be able to help somebody.
If we're a relationship organization, that driver relationship is really one of the most important and critical to the whole organization.
Sometimes they give me applesauce and other stuff.
Gummies.
And gummies.
You can drive anytime you want. You can pick up 1, 2, or 3 rides a month or a week, whatever you feel like it. There is not a pressure. And once you get involved, you just want to do it more.
You know, at the core, the Davies Project believes that every person, every child, every parent deserves that opportunity to have that health care, and that transportation should not be a barrier. That's something that every person should not have to think about. And if the Davies Project can eliminate just that one part and show that when we come together as a community, we can make a difference, that's something that I want to be a part of.
I used to work in Detroit at the Children's Hospital. I worked in the intensive care unit, and I would have kids who had serious diagnoses who couldn't make it to their clinic appointments, so they couldn't get their medications. And so I would see them when they would crash. So I would see the worst outcome of not getting to their appointments, and it was really sad knowing that if they had just gone to their appointment, this could have potentially been prevented. But because they didn't have that transportation, now they're in the ICU, and that's where the Davies Project comes in. We can help prevent that.
Just more than a ride, because the families are able to get books or snack bags and food boxes, and then also just the community of knowing that somebody's there in your corner.
We've looked at the commonest cause of why kids who really need these subspecialty follow-ups and that kind of management to control and contain their disease doesn't occur. And the single largest barrier to that is transportation.
70% of the families that rely on the specialty clinics in town, all the specialists, 70% are on Medicaid, and they are missing 60% of their medical appointments.
Parents have a baby that's sick, they're already under a very stressful situation, and they're spending a lot of time here in the hospital.
A good percentage of the baby admitted to the intensive care stay a prolonged period of time, between sometimes 2 to 3 months.
Some of the kids will need care for years or months or even a lifetime.
The ability to have the parents here all the time to have a bonding with their baby, which is important for healing and early discharge. It becomes a problem sometimes. These parents need a way of transportation to be here every day.
For us, of course, the Davies project was just one of the most wonderful things that could happen.
It helps them to get here, to learn their baby's care in the hospital, to bond with their babies, to do all the things like skin-to-skin care, breastfeeding. We recommend it for any family that is having transportation issues.
Our drivers will take each child that is part of our project to see every specialist. We will make sure they can get to every kind of medical care they need to get to within our community.
One of our patients required procedure at University of Michigan, and family had no resources at all. Davies project was actually able to drive them all the way to University of Michigan, come back until the procedure were done, and help them to bring them back here.
Everything we do is about helping our communities. We want children to be as healthy as they can possibly be. Think of the amount of school that's missed when kids are sick or just are not getting as well as they can be. Think of the amount of work parents are missing. Think of the increased number of trips to the ER or hospitalizations. So by doing what we're doing, we're really changing the outcomes for these families. And you know, people step in to help when a child is sick. People step in to help as much as they can initially, but that disappears after a few weeks. The Davies project doesn't go away.
I like to think that my angel smiles when I volunteer miles.